In 2024, Finland stood at a historic crossroads, its first presidential election as a full NATO member, a moment that would define the nation's direction for years to come. The stakes were higher than ever, with questions of national security, identity, and Finland's place in a rapidly changing world dominating public discourse. For many Finns, this election was not just about choosing a leader, but about safeguarding their future in the face of growing uncertainty across Europe. The role of the president, already significant, had become even more vital. As the head of state, the president would now be responsible for steering Finland's foreign policy at a time of heightened tensions with Russia and increased responsibilities within NATO. The world watched closely as Finland's leader would help shape the country's response to new security challenges and strengthen its alliances. Voter turnout soared to record levels, a clear sign of the nation's anxiety, hope, and deep engagement with the issues at hand. Across cities and rural towns, Finns braved the winter cold to make their voices heard, determined to play their part in this pivotal moment. The race quickly narrowed to two prominent figures: Alexander Stubb, a pro-Western conservative known for his strong support of NATO and European integration, and Pekka Haavisto, a progressive independent with a vision for diplomacy and social progress. Each candidate represented a distinct path forward, embodying different hopes and fears for Finland's future. Throughout the campaign, debates were intense and wide-ranging, focusing on defense, alliances, and the meaning of sovereignty in a new era. The candidates addressed not only military strategy, but also how Finland could maintain its values and independence while deepening international cooperation. For many voters, this election transcended traditional party lines. It was about charting a course for Finland in a world marked by unpredictability and shifting alliances. Conversations in homes, cafes, and workplaces reflected a nation deeply invested in its future. As international media gathered in Helsinki and headlines around the globe highlighted Finland's choice, the world watched with anticipation. The election of Finland's first president in the NATO era would not only set the tone for the nation's new chapter, but also send a powerful message about its values, resilience, and place on the world stage. Alexander Stubb's victory in the presidential election was more than just a personal triumph. It was a defining moment for Finland's place in the world. As the results came in, celebrations erupted across the country, signaling a new era for Finnish politics. Stubb's win signaled Finland's firm commitment to the West, cementing its alignment with both the European Union and NATO at a time of heightened geopolitical tension. A seasoned diplomat and former prime minister, Stubb brought deep experience in both EU and NATO affairs. His international background and fluency in several languages have made him a respected figure on the global stage, able to navigate complex alliances and foster strong relationships with European leaders. His pro-European, pro-NATO stance reassured voters seeking stability and assertive leadership. Many Finns, concerned about security and the shifting balance of power in Europe, saw Stubb as the right leader to guide the nation through uncertain times. Stubb's presidency marks a clear break from Finland's cautious neutrality, embracing a proactive role in European security. Under his leadership, Finland is expected to take on greater responsibilities within NATO, participate more actively in joint defense initiatives, and strengthen its voice in EU decision-making. He's expected to take a tough line on Russia, especially as tensions remain high along Finland's long eastern border. Stubb has already signaled that he will prioritize border security and work closely with allies to deter any potential threats. Strengthening Finland's defense posture in the Baltic region will be a top priority, with increased military exercises and closer cooperation with neighboring countries to ensure regional stability. Yet Stubb faces a divided nation. He must unite Finns amid domestic unrest over welfare cuts and social policy shifts. Many citizens are concerned about the impact of austerity measures and the direction of social reforms, leading to protests and heated debates across the country. Balancing international leadership with domestic healing will define his tenure. Stubb will need to listen to the concerns of ordinary Finns, build consensus in a polarized parliament, and find common ground on issues that matter most to the people. His challenge is clear: to be a president for all Finns, not just those aligned with his party or his policies. He must reach out to communities across the country, fostering unity and trust in a time of change. The true test will be whether he can bridge Finland's growing internal divides, heal political rifts, and inspire a sense of shared purpose among citizens from all walks of life. As he steps onto the world stage, all eyes are on Stubb to see if he can lead Finland confidently into a new chapter, one defined by both international engagement and domestic unity. While the world focused on the presidency, Finland's right-wing government was rapidly reshaping the nation at home. Led by the National Coalition Party and the far-right Finns Party, the coalition slashed welfare benefits, capped public sector pay, and restricted labor rights. Their austerity agenda aimed to balance the budget and boost competitiveness, but critics saw it as an attack on the Nordic welfare model. Immigration laws tightened, citizenship requirements doubled, and the country's once welcoming stance shifted toward exclusion. The government's vision, a leaner state, stricter borders, and a more homogeneous society, upending Finland's progressive reputation. The speed and scale of these changes left many Finns reeling, unsure of their place in the new order. Austerity's impact is felt daily across Finland. Inflation has soared, with essentials up 20% in 3 years. Students and families struggle to afford food. Cuts to social support and housing benefits push more people toward poverty and homelessness. Public health care, once a point of pride, now suffers from long waits and underfunding, creating a two-tier system. Those with means turn to private care. Others wait, their health at risk. The social safety net is fraying, and the gap between rich and poor widens. For many, the promise of universal care and security is slipping away. Life under austerity is a daily test of resilience for ordinary Finns. While social spending shrinks, Finland's defense industry is booming and rapidly evolving. NATO membership and regional threats have fueled record arms exports, over $1.4 billion in licenses granted in 2024 alone, a historic high. Most exports go to European allies, especially Sweden, deepening regional defense ties and cooperation. The US and even Saudi Arabia are major customers, expanding Finland's global reach and influence. A robust defense sector now underpins both national security and economic growth. Finland is transforming from a neutral state to a key NATO arms supplier and partner. The paradox: domestic austerity at home, but investment in the tools of war abroad. The Finns Party's hardline stance and scandals have fueled public backlash and damaged Finland's progressive image. Revelations about racist comments by party leaders sparked outrage and eroded trust in government. Support for the Finns Party has dropped, as many see their agenda as divisive and harmful to social cohesion. The opposition, especially the Left Alliance, has gained momentum by championing equality and welfare. Record-breaking election results for the left signal a growing appetite for change. The government's grip on power is weakening as discontent spreads. Finland's political climate is now sharply polarized, with the nation's core values up for debate. As the right-wing government pushes forward with sweeping austerity measures, the political landscape in Finland is shifting rapidly. The country, long known for its consensus-driven politics, now finds itself at a crossroads, with tensions rising both inside parliament and on the streets. The Social Democrats and Left Alliance are rallying voters around social justice, robust public services, and a return to the Nordic model that has defined Finland for decades. Their message is resonating with many Finns who feel left behind by recent cuts and worry about the erosion of the welfare state. Recent polls suggest that a left-leaning government could return to power as early as 2027, potentially reversing the current trajectory and restoring policies that prioritize equality and social safety nets. While Finns remain largely united on the importance of national defense and the country's new role within NATO, this unity masks deeper divisions simmering beneath the surface. On issues like welfare, immigration, and what it means to be Finnish, the population is deeply split. Debates over who belongs and how resources should be shared have become more heated than ever. The country faces a stark choice: one that will define its future for generations to come. Will Finland continue down the path of austerity and rising nationalism, risking further polarization and social unrest, or will it choose to restore the principles of equality, inclusion, and solidarity that have long been its hallmark? Hopes for the future are divided. Some Finns look ahead with optimism, believing that change is possible, while others are anxious about what lies ahead. Some seek stability and economic growth through tough reforms, convinced that only discipline and sacrifice can secure Finland's place in a changing world. Others yearn for a return to compassion, solidarity, and the social contract that once bound the nation together, hoping to rebuild trust and community. Finland's greatest challenge now is to reconcile its external unity with the internal fractures that threaten to pull it apart. The question remains, can the nation stay strong and respected abroad, while so deeply divided at home? The answer will shape Finland's identity for years to come.